This was an unprecedented event that involved police check stops at every exit along Highway 1 from Chilliwack to Horseshoe Bay. That's a stretch of 120 kilometers.
The RCMP have taken more than 200 impaired drivers off the road during the Light Up the Province campaign that started at the beginning of the month. Law enforcement agencies had over 200 check stops and screened almost 55,000 cars.
The police are doing what we want them to do. They're being proactive, they're going out onto the streets, they're checking drivers, they're using the resources that are available to them to keep us safe so that everybody has an opportunity to return home safely.
Charlie Grahn with MADD Metro Vancouver says driving under the influence of drugs and alcohol needs to stop, and people who plan on not being sober need to figure out a safe way to get home.
This time of year, between December 1st and the end of the first week of January, we expect somewhere in the neighborhood of 7 people will die at the hands of impaired driving. Last year, it was exactly 7.
According to the RCMP, if you're caught driving under the influence of drugs or over the legal alcohol limits, penalties can vary from fines to getting your car impounded with a 24-hour and up to a 90-day driving ban, and even charges under the Criminal Code of Canada.
The worst consequences of an impaired driving crash is when you harm another person.
He died on impact. He was killed by a drunk driver, was thrown from the car, and died instantly.
Annette Cote lost her 19-year-old nephew, Robin, to an impaired driver back in 2012. She says losing him has been the most painful experience.
Losing, the pain of losing an only child can rip apart a family. Robin's parents, their legacy, their future was silenced.
Cote has this message for people who are thinking about getting behind the wheel if they aren't sober.
You're only human, and the decision you make to get behind a wheel is a permanent one.
Grahn says so far there have been no deaths due to impaired driving.
If we can just plan ahead and hold each other to account, maybe this is the first year where everybody gets to go home safely.
In Vancouver, Angela Bauer, City News.